I request Mr. Sanjay Luda to introduce our next guest, IAS Dr. Praveen Gedam, Divisional Commissioner of Nashik.
Dr. Praveen Gedam, who is also doctor from Nagpur University, MBBS, also a Master of Public Health Science from Harvard University, and also, of course, IAS, I think 2002 batch. I think the whole Nashik knows him, the whole region knows him. He's done so many duties working for the state, for the government, across the board. It's tremendous contribution to the society at large. He's also served as the additional CEO of the National Health Authority, but when he was also in Delhi, he was the first mission director in implementing the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission of India, which aims to reach out to 540 million people. That's simply amazing. That shows his vision. We all have seen the work he did in the first Kumbh in taking the Nashik to the next level of tier city. And we're so glad he was brought back to Nashik as a divisional commissioner. But of course, coming from Delhi after his Harvard, and also helping us now to the next vision of the next Kumbh, which will make Nashik incredibly beautiful and connected. He's always available when we call him for the development of the city, of the region, for anything intellectual, whether it's any forums we work on for the development of city. Sir is always available. And it's good to see that combination. So I think 3 of our speakers today are doctors, MBBS or MD. So madam is also a doctor. So I think we have a lot of doctors in the audience. But we're just so impressed. We keep telling him we're not your friends, we're your big fans and big followers. So a big round of applause for Dr. Praveen Gedam and for his opening talk. I think I want to hear a big cheers. I think Nashik should have a big round of applause for him.
Thank you so much, Lodhaji, for those very kind words and the introduction. I'm hardly an entrepreneur. I'm not done ABC of any business, but I'm always so excited and feel honored to come for such events. You will hardly find me going for events where I will speak and motivate people to become, to crack UPSC and MPSC. But I never miss events where I can feel I can contribute a little bit for businesses, industry, entrepreneurship. Because I believe that India's growth story will be driven by people like you. And I also want to be playing little bit of part as a facilitator or maybe as a catalyst when you reagents actually do and bring the real changes. We are very fortunate to live in this era where India is consistently clocking a very high growth rate for a long time. And we must capitalize on this ongoing phenomena, our demographic advantage, and whatever we have done in last 1 or 2 decades, particularly in the field of technology. Would like to just make a few observations about what the government has done, because I have been sitting on this side of table and observing very closely how government is promoting business, particularly in the sector of technology. We as a country, we must be very proud of the fact that we have very strong digital public infrastructure. We are the only country, obviously because of population, not only because of population, but our capability and also the commitment of governments over a long period of time, where we have ensured that we have a digital identity called Aadhaar for 140 crore people. Nowhere in the world where you have your demographics and also biometrics, that is all 10 fingerprints and iris and face scanned and secured for creating innovations and scaling them up, which are like unparalleled in the world. Just now, We heard Lodhaji coming from Germany couple of days ago, but I remember German minister walking on the streets of Delhi and doing the UPI transaction and speaking about that, the ease of that way back in Germany after she returned to the Germany. So that is possible because of this one component is Aadhaar, the other component is building on top of it. You build on the solid foundation. We have a solid foundation called Aadhaar, then we have Jan Dhan, then mobile penetration reaching to every nook and corner of the country. And building on top of that, we had NPCI, the ONDC is coming up. I think you had a session today on that. I was also fortunate to be a part of one such initiative called Digital Health Mission, which I see is slightly ahead of time. But to put it very shortly, how it works, based on all these strong foundations, what we are trying to do is creating open networks. So India is creating open networks, which is an excellent opportunity for innovators. How? I'll explain. If you think of a, let us say, typical platform like Facebook or Amazon or Flipkart, there is a problem there. The buyer and seller on Amazon has to be on the same platform. You can't purchase from somebody who is on Flipkart by using Amazon app, or you cannot send a message to some using Facebook to somebody on Twitter. This is because of the vertical digital silos that they have created. And India is trying to break them down. UPI is one such example. You can use PhonePe and send your money to Google Pay or some other app. That's not possible even in the advanced economies like USA, because we are breaking those barriers. I won't go into the technicalities of how we are doing it, but now I'm very excited to see people using these strong digital public infrastructures to create innovations. I remember a young entrepreneur coming to me. Now they're like two or three of them, and all those are now on verge of becoming unicorns, where they created a health locker which can pull your digital health data from different types of IT systems and store it in your mobile, analyze it, generate graphs, and help share it with the doctors. Like I just met nephrologist Dr. Safekar. So they can share their own data from across the hospitals using your mobile to you, and that's the innovation that we want to have in India in more and more numbers. That also reminds me of one more entrepreneur. I was also fortunate to lead this health insurance program of India, where somebody came to me and he said, I want to set up a chain of this dialysis units, and I want to run it like a assembly line. So inspired by Shankar Netralaya or some such hospitals which has doing excellent work in ophthalmology, in cataract and all that. And then he says, okay, but there is a problem, because your health insurance rules prescribe that for getting empaneled, you have to have 50 beds minimum. But my model works on a smaller scale, but I want to go to all smaller places, like we are talking not only tier 2 and tier 3, but even to taluka places. So we will work if we reduce this to 10 beds. And then we had some discussion and we changed that policy, that if you want to have dialysis unit, or we also thought what else can be, so some other like cataract and dental, and so we brought them down to 10 such beds. But the point that I want to make is that you have to bring your talent in such a way and start thinking in an innovative way. Now, if you start thinking about dialysis, we have centers in India which are doing dialysis at rupees 1,000 or 1,200 only, which is again very unprecedented, because we are using scale and also standardizing our procedures to reduce the costs. So people like you can definitely bring changes. You can be the next person who can create a unicorn. Why go here and there? We have so much examples in Nashik. I think you listened to Mr. Vilas Shinde today, a phenomenal success story. how to create an ecosystem, take farmers with you and create a brand. So Sahyadri is one thing which all of us in Nashik, around Nashik, must be very proud of. We have great brands which have been created on this soil. We have Sula, we have some high-tech precision engineerings like we have Rishabh and Armstrong Robotics and so many of them. I'm not even talking about MNCs which are based in Nashik. Homegrown companies which have created their value and which are doing great in what they are doing. I met one engineer recently, and he created a company in genetics, Datar Genetics. Again, a phenomenal company which is based in Nashik. So we have so many examples, and we of course, creator of Credila is sitting in front of us, Mr. Bohra. So many examples. We are sitting next to Phalke Smarak right now. And Phalke is from this place, Dada Saheb Phalke, the creator of one of the biggest industry in India, that is Bollywood. So we have many people to take inspiration from, and we also have those advantages of being a city of right size, at right place at right time. We have excellent weather, good proximity to big places like Mumbai, Pune and Surat, pleasant weather, good law and order. And I think with the upcoming expressways like Surat, Chennai and our Samruddhi link to Mumbai, we are poised for a good growth. We must leverage our strengths, that is manufacturing. But today you also heard ex-CEO of TCS, Rajesh Gopinathan. And we must also think why we missed that bus of service and IT industry and how can we do better and what exactly we can do. I urge our organizers of today's program to see if they can think and have a separate brainstorming on this particular aspect which we are missing in Nashik. I think we could have done better, but nevertheless, we must see what we can do henceforth. These events, like these networking events, will definitely help in making people come together, understand what they can offer, what you can offer, do the handshake and move along. I think it is so important, and I see these events like this as one of the kickstarters of a next unicorn which may come up in Nashik. I know a few of companies which were quite small when I was here during my last tenure in 2014, 2015, and they have grown big. I think Vinjit is one such example which is really doing well. So from government side, I can only assure you that there are several schemes. The schemes like Make in India, Startup India, and so on and so forth. The schemes about internship, skilling, and we must ensure that you on that side of table and me on this side of the table keep meeting frequently, keep discussing what exactly needs to be done. Now there is a broad vision already laid out. There is a report which was prepared by the Economic Advisory Council headed by Chandrasekhar ji, who is a group chairman of Tata group of companies. And then there is also another smaller report about how to kickstart the economy of Nashik. What are its advantages and what is the SWOT analysis? I think we must sit together time and again. I spoke this in one another event the other day, and identify exact to-do items which we should do and ensure that Nashik keeps growing. Of course, there is some kind of mentality change that also needs to be required. I think we must follow our passion. Like I am a medical doctor, but I am now working in administration. Whatever may be your education, but you identify what exactly is the area that you want to work in, work passionately. Mind well, profit or money making is not a bad word. Sometimes we tend to, because of so many reasons, we tend to have that feeling. It's definitely not a bad word. Corruption and extortion definitely is, but profit, entrepreneurship, it's something which will create jobs. It will give jobs to people, and it will help feed families. So I think you should also focus on creating value, not only in terms of profit or money, but also what you give back to the society. I just spoke about a couple of examples of dialysis units or Sahyadri farms. So they are adding immense value to the society. I think that should be one more target that you must have when you think about your next ventures. In the process, I reiterate that on government side, we will do whatever is possible from our side in creating infrastructure or helping with better policies. And I hope that today's event is just a beginning of a new start, which will usher Nashik into the new era of phenomenal growth and will take Nashik to a global stage. Probably we can also think of upcoming Kumbh Mela to create that brand of Nashik at the global stage with the help of entrepreneurial and talented people like you. My all the best wishes to all of you for your future careers and businesses. Thank you.